All right. So we are live.
Okay. I am still it's still loading for me. Okay. There we go. Good morning. And it's still loading for me. Okay. There we
You need
go.
to mute yourself on mute your YouTube.
Okay. I am there.
There you go.
That was weird. There's a huge delay.
20 seconds is longer than you think it would be. Just posting on Facebook. Oh, that. We'll have to fix that. All right. Let me just send the remind and then you can get started whenever you want.
Okay.
Whoops. Is Rachel sleeping or is she going to come help you with the tour of Naz?
No, she's in bed.
Oh.
The whole sleeping thing, mine is all messed up.
Yep.
Sleep schedules. I think everybody is struggling with that right now.
All right, the remind is set. So if you want to wait and see if we get anybody
Yep.
cool. If not, you can do your thing.
Can I go not live until we get somebody?
I don't know if that will take the video down and then if it will like give a new link. So
All right, we won't do that then.
we've got 2 more people that have just joined. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know who, but we've got
I
them.
can see. So who's here?
So Kendra is here.
Morning, Kendra.
She said, I saw Nazareth and I clicked.
Wonderful. And who else is here?
Not sure.
Okay,
We've
so
got Kendra.
all right, Kendra, you're interested in Nazareth. So let's see. Let's start off by a little bit about Nazareth. Nazareth is in Rochester, New York. It is an absolutely beautiful campus located in Pittsford. It is near St. John Fisher College and near East Rochester as well. There are 60 majors. And there they are listed. Lots of education majors come out of Nazareth College as well as the arts. It's one of the very few schools that offer fine arts programs in this area, so very, very popular for that. We'll go back to our virtual tour. And there is...
Welcome to Nazareth College, a classic campus just southeast of Rochester, New York, in the town of Pittsford.
Wait.
It's hard to find a college this size with such a wide mix of strong academic programs. Nazareth offers more than 60...
Okay, so we're not going to do that part of it. I will kind of walk us through. So this is the actual path into Nazareth College. Good morning, Andy.
Morning.
And it won't let me do this, really?
You want to click the arrow?
Yep. Okay, so this is the building, the admissions building. So when you go for your tour of the campus and when you go to meet your advisor, the parking lot is just to the left and these are the doors that you go in. One of the nice things about Nazareth is that they will personalize a spot for you. So when you pull into the parking lot, there'll be a sign in front of one of the parking spots that actually has your name on it and it says welcome. So they really do a nice job of personalizing it. I'm sorry, guys, I'm having some technical errors or technical difficulties. And there is an aerial view of the college. I would say it's probably medium size, small to medium. Class sizes are approximately 20 to 25, fairly small, except in your some of your early freshman classes. Some of those might be bigger, like Psych 101 or English 101, but your major classes, the ones within your major, tend to be pretty small.
Such a beautiful view.
It is an absolutely gorgeous campus.
This reminds me, Lisa, a lot of our students hear that Nazareth is in Rochester and they think Rochester City. And I think this is a good visual about how it's not really Rochester City. It is on the outskirts. It certainly looks more countryside.
And there's yet another view. And I apologize, but I'm having issues. There's too many things open.
All been there.
And things do not seem to be. Okay, here we go. And we're on the pathway to the academic buildings. So this building used to be actually a church. Religious services used to be held here. Nazareth used to be a Catholic college. It no longer is. It is ecumenical. That means that people of all faiths are welcome here. Golisano Training Center. This is a relatively new building. This was, it says it was built in 2019. And it's one of their largest sports facilities. Lots of gardening areas around the Nazareth campus. Much prettier, my opinion, much prettier than St. John Fisher. Although Andy, I think, disagrees with me on that. Thinks Fisher is nicer.
No, not necessarily. I really like Naz.
Maybe it was Sammy who said that he thought the Fisher campus was nicer.
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember him saying it wasn't so much that it was nicer, but he thought St. John Fisher was more modern, and he liked that all the things looked more modern, that there wasn't a mix.
So there are parts of Nazareth that are modern, but also parts that are very, very old. All from the brick buildings, and here's one of the newer parts. I got my master's from here, and this was actually not here. Why won't it take me?
Laura and Kendra have been commenting about an ice cream place near Naz that they said is really good. And now I think we all need to, at some point, take a field trip and go get ice cream.
So there are quite a few around Nazareth and Pittsford. I'm interested to know which one, because there are quite a few.
It's definitely Pittsford Dairy. It's the only one worth mentioning.
I think you're right, Andy. I think that's the one. Yeah. And why won't it let me?
Do they make their own waffle cone?
You know, I don't know. They make a whole lot of ice cream products.
Laura said yes, Pittsford Dairy.
So this is the student union, where you find your college bookstore, seating areas, general common areas for kids to hang out. The food is really good at Nazareth. Just like other colleges, it's a all-you-can-eat meal plan. And the athletic facilities. What other questions do we have about NAS?
So far, just comments about the ice cream, but that's okay.
I'm hoping that they give us a peek into one of the residence halls. They have quarter style and suite style. They have I believe all of the dorms are co-ed. I do not believe there are any that are separated by gender. They do have residences that are separated though by underclassmen and upperclassmen. And their art center. So this is their old recital hall. So if you are a music student, you have to do, at the end of your senior year, you have to do like a final exam and perform. And this is the performance center where that would happen. This was just built last year, and I'm really surprised that I'm not able to get into it because it's absolutely beautiful. It's a brand new performance center. It has state-of-the-art sound equipment. It is relatively small though. They only can seat, I think, about 250 people, which I thought was kind of small, but it's absolutely beautiful. And all of their concerts and large scale community events are held here. And their library.
Lisa, Laura did have a question about the residence options.
Yes.
She said nothing specific, but just generally what's available for each year. So I don't know if you want to go back to the residence halls or if we want to look that up.
What do you mean? Like what's available for each year? I don't understand the question.
The types of residence halls that are available in each year of study. Sometimes only corridor are available to freshmen, sometimes suite style.
Okay. Oh, I understand what you're asking. Okay. Well, let me
I
go
believe
back.
it is a mix. Lisa, on the left side, that bar, you can kind of drag that up. You got to go back into the virtual tour.
Well, I'm trying to find now campus life, housing, and dining.
And she also asked about what we would recommend.
Okay, so for your first years, you have Carney Hall, located on the southeast side of the campus. It is corridor style for 270 first year students, large first floor lounge and study room. They have common bathrooms on each floor. Each bathroom has a number of toilet stalls and shower stalls available. The bathrooms on the floor are gender specific, with gender neutral bathrooms available on the first floor. There are common spaces where students can congregate, and laundry is free. There are laundry rooms on each floor with multiple washers and dryers available, and they'll send you a text and let you know when your laundry is done and can be switched. All floors in Kearney are co-ed. Wi-Fi is available throughout the entire college. And then it gives you specifics on what is allowed in your room as far as the size of refrigerators. The rooms are double or triples. So one thing to keep in mind, if you sign up for a double and you are a freshman, it is not uncommon to show up and find that you are in a triple, depending on how many kids have decided to attend. But as a freshman, you will have at least a double, but I would count on a triple. Lines are divided. Go ahead, Andy.
I think quite often you will be asked to check a box on your housing request form. That's after you've paid your deposit, you've been accepted, you've paid your deposit, and they send you that housing request form, which asks you all of your preferences for your room. We would recommend probably corridor style. We've had this discussion a lot, and I guess all of the advisors in Upward Bound are pretty much on the same page that corridor style is the way to go. It helps you meet the most amount of friends, and it's the least risky about getting a roommate that's really not great. I was in a triple my freshman year, and triples are no problem, and you save a little bit of money. So instead of splitting that room 2 ways, you split it 3 ways, so it costs you less. On that housing form, sometimes you can check a box that says, I'm okay with being in a triple my first year. If you think you really don't want the triple, you don't want to save that money, then maybe don't check that box. It is possible that they could still put you in anyway, but they'll probably take preferences first.
So the pictures, this is the actual dorm room. Let me go. So my daughter was in a room just like this one, and there were 3 girls, and those 3 girls shared this storage space. They had 2 bunks on the left and 1 bed on the right with desks in the middle. And there's just another view that actually looks like her exact room that she was in. And you can set the beds at certain heights. You can raise or lower them depending on what you like. So Lord's Hall is the second corridor style, and it is just like the other one. Also, all floors in Lord's are gender specific, but it's set up the exact same way. And the same information that was for the other one. And then O'Connor has 300 students. And you can see what those rooms look like, a little bit newer. Any other questions so far?
Nope.
And here's a double room in O'Connor. Four floors. Another thing to keep in mind too, when you pick your dorm, Sometimes they'll ask you if you want to be housed with people who have similar majors to you. And it's a great idea so that you have that support around you to live with people who are interested in the same things as you. We already did Lord's. Any other questions about Nazareth? Any other parts that you want to see that we didn't see already? $2,300 undergraduate students, 700 graduate students. So medium size. First year student acceptance rate is 64%. So out of all of the students who apply, 64% are accepted. The average high school GPA is 90.3, and the average combined SAT score for math and science is 1190.
Is it fairly selective?
Say that again, Andy?
I said that means they're fairly selective. Sometimes worry about private colleges being too open, that maybe they don't have the same high quality student population, but it certainly seems like Nazareth does.
So these are their four main areas: arts and sciences, education, human services, business, and leadership. And your contact information for each department.
Laura asked if NAS was SAT, ACT optional.
I believe you have to take the SAT. They are an early decision college. That's something to keep in mind. Once you commit, you are committed to them, and they will hold you to that. Okay, so they are test optional.
They explained at our admissions information session when we were last there was that certainly they are test optional. They understand, I think it's that second paragraph there, they really understand that if you're not doing well on the ACT or the SAT, it has a lot more to do with the whole scope of your life and your community. They understand that there are non-academic factors, that is, factors that you cannot necessarily control that affect your test scores. And so if you, what they recommended is that if you do very, very well, you include them. If you do very, very poorly, maybe you choose not to include them. They're not going to judge you either way, but if you have a really high test score and you're really proud of it, they'll certainly look at it, and it certainly helps to bolster your application profile.
There are exceptions. Nursing program requires a GPA of at least 3.0. And you do have to take an SAT, ACT for nursing and law degree. Wow. Yep. Okay, any other questions? Any other comments from anybody?
Was there more to see on the tour, or were you at the end of it?
That was it. That was it. They do have a very, very diverse student population. I've been on the campus quite a bit, and that's very obvious. It's a very open Um, very, everybody is really, really nice. You can truly be who you are there and not worry about being made fun of or mocked for it.
Laura would like to take a quick look at the music ed requirements, if all right.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find it.
What program is your daughter in, Lisa? Is she just a performance or?
No, music therapy. Okay, so what kind of music in particular? Performance, composition, business, education, theater?
Education.
So it would be education, adolescence.
And Kendra was wondering about special ed after this.
For the music majors, you do need to audition. Pretty stressful, kind of a stressful process, but it is required. And depending if you're string or brass, will depend on what classes you take, or chorus. And then here's some classes that you will be taking. Music theory, those are your hardest. Voice, piano, oral skills is another tough one. But music theory, I think all music students would agree is probably the most challenging. If you want to be a teacher, a music teacher, you're going to have to take conducting classes. And here's a list of all more classes that you're going to take. If you are able to fulfill your foreign language requirement in high school, you don't have to do it here. Any other questions about the music program in particular that you wanted to know?
So far, nothing, but she did say the theory is rough.
Yeah, very, very rough. Actually, I would suggest if you are ever able to take music theory in high school, take it. They probably won't accept it as part of your actual major. You'll have to redo it. But if you could take it once, it'll give you a heads up. And let's go into education.
We've posted the links to those two programs in the YouTube chat as well.
I didn't hear you, Andy. Can you say that again?
Well, I said we posted the two links for the music ed program and the special ed program in the YouTube chat.
Okay.
Navigate quickly to those programs. Would you like me to talk a little bit about the special ed?
Sure, go ahead.
So NAS offers all levels of special education certifications, early childhood, adolescence, and the honors program. So within the education department, you have a number of choices where you can in the direction you can go. You can be a general education teacher with an additional certification in special education, or you can be a strictly special education teacher. We would encourage you to do your job shadows with teachers that are around you that you're familiar with, or friends, maybe family, and ask about what kinds of certifications are those people equipped with, or what kinds of certifications do they see new professionals to this field equipped with, so that you can help to make your decision, because there are a lot of options. You know, generally, early childhood and childhood is a very common special ed degree. The high school level is very different. NAS also offers master's degrees in special education, I believe. I hope that's right. I think that's right. And what's nice is NAS is very close to the urban areas of Rochester. So while you're living on campus, you have a lot of potential to get in and see some of those schools that are maybe a little bit more challenging. Not that all urban schools are challenging, but many of them are, due to high student populations, high need communities. And so I know when I was in education doing those things, it was an eye-opening experience, because it was something I hadn't been exposed to at my home schools.
All right, any other questions? Okay, it is 10:30, so we will wrap it up if there's no other questions or comments. Anything else, Becky, from them? Oh, you're muted.
Forgot about that. Laura said thanks for the links, and that was about it. So,
Okay, guys.
man. Oh, we have a last minute question. Kendra says, what classes would I need first? She was asking about special ed.
What classes would you need first? That was the
Yep.
question. Lisa, can you make me host?
Yeah, so like what classes are you going to take your freshman year? Hold on. Okay. So for early childhood, adolescence, which one?
Go childhood.
Okay.
So you see that program options box. The program options, requirements, and course descriptions.
Yeah.
You would choose which one you're going to start with. Clearly, it's the BA and BS in inclusive early childhood and childhood education. So what that means is that is one degree that's covering both early childhood, so birth to age or birth through kindergarten, and then childhood, which would be grades 1 to 6.
So here's a list of all of your classes. And if you were asking which ones do I take first, it really depends on what's open and available. Most freshman students, example, and of course, freshman isn't in here. It starts with sophomore.
So can you scroll back up to the top of that list? Just wanted to point out that a lot of your first education courses are going to be on the philosophy and history of education. You're going to learn about things like, what is a charter school? What is a public school? What is a private school? What are the theories in education? What is the history of the theories of education? And it's all kind of interesting stuff if you really want to be a teacher. But the bottom line, it's a little bit of history, it's a little bit of sociology, it's a little bit of psychology. So anything in the liberal arts that you can take to prepare yourself, Kendra, is going to be beneficial to you.
Okay.
Does NAS make you apply separately to the education program, or is it all? Is my question making sense?
When you fill out
That
the
is an
application, you
That
check.
is an excellent and advanced question, Becky. I don't believe that they make you apply to the School of Education separate, but I will certainly look into that.
They don't. When you fill out your application, they don't make you apply separately. Almost 100% sure of that.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? Any other questions, comments?
No, we'll wait and see just a couple seconds if we have any fly-in questions, but I think we should be good.
Okay, have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Andy and Becky, if you could stay on after I